It's What the Wednesday, and this week, as in many weeks, I get the question a lot of why would I need to work with somebody on my parenting? And that's a fair question. I mean, our parents never went to any kind of schooling to be parents. Our grandparents definitely did not go to any kind of schooling to learn how to be parents. So what is it about this generation that we actually need people to help us to become the best parents we can be? Well, first of all, we are now in constant motion. There are very, very few people who are actually born and will live their life and pass away in the same location. And that makes it a lot harder to have that supportive village around us. We are lacking that village wisdom. We used to, former generations, had the luxury and annoyance of having those other generations around them to give them their input, to share their wisdom and experiences. We are lacking that. We are now using the internet for that. And there's a lot of misinformation online. And who has the time to sift through the millions of pages out there that are all contradicting one another? So that's number one. Number two, the tech has been changing and is pervasive. You cannot go anywhere without seeing a screen, without interacting in some way, shape, or form with technology. Now, this is a great convenience, but it is also impacting our parenting. I mean, can you imagine back in the 80s when televisions were not flat screened, when they were actually three-dimensional objects? Would you have put one of those televisions in your baby's lap as you walk through the mall on his stroller? No. But now we have these cute little iPhones and cute little iPads, and our little children are running around with these screens instead of just interacting with their environments. It is impacting the way that they are developing. Number three, globalization and the competitiveness is now on a global level. It used to be that you might be competing on the national level when it comes to your scholastics, when it comes to your athletics and all other sorts of performances. Now, because of technology, we are allowed or able to compete with people from around the world. That makes the pressure a little higher on all of us parents, and we're beginning to feel a little bit maybe overwhelmed. I know that's how I feel. Number four, the science is now showing us that the way things were done before can have some serious repercussions on how we develop. Not only that, as we become more aware and conscious as beings, we are seeing that some of the ways that our parents were raised and how they raised us isn't really helping, and it created a lot of hurt people running around this earth. So by harnessing the scientific research and learning from past generations, then we can improve our parenting and our children can have a better start than we did. And finally, the way our children develop has not changed. Children are still kids. Their needs haven't changed. They still need to feel significant and they still need to feel like they belong. What has changed is the number one or not top five skills that are needed to really thrive in today's world with today's technologies, globalization, and pandemic. And that is why people need guidance, people need advice, people need a parenting strategist to help them clarify what it is that they want for their children, why it is that they're behaving a certain way, and how they can overcome those things and really put together a plan so that their children can have an even better childhood than they did and have a great start to their adulthood.